Alright, what's up? So, I've been thinking about this for a long time in my head about the Chili Bowl and, people feeling like Larson choked. And it's not the case. And, you know, this is, on screen, this is 20 to go restart from Bell's perspective. And I just kind of want to watch this and talk about racing at the Chili Bowl for a minute, and then we'll get into kind of why I don't think he choked per se. Why it was just he read the situation and the read just happened to be wrong. Just like Peyton Manning throwing an interception. Sometimes you just read the situation wrong. So we'll start this though. So this is 20 to go, and obviously Larson's been in control for a while here. This racetrack has probably been one of the better, if not the best, Saturday racetrack we've had in years. So, props to those guys on that. But, I feel like here everybody was still trying to decide where exactly to go. Larson had been around the middle, I think a 1 and 2 mostly. They'd kind of been all over in 3 and 4, but obviously the bottom looks, super inviting. So, for the moment, I think he's comfortable running the top of 1 and 2, the bottom of 3 and 4. Bell's just trying to find, anything different that, may give him an advantage. You got to figure, these are basically the same car. So it's sort of, you're racing the same thing. So it's just a mental chess game more than it is a battle of speed. And, obviously there Larson sees the bottom is better in 3 and 4. That was probably the one, I hung a little bit in 3 and 4. So I'm going to try the top. And seeing Bell down there makes it clear in his head that that's not where he needs to be. So, now he's pretty happy about where he is, and we'll ride these guys to lap traffic, and then we'll hop on board with Larson and kind of show you where some things are. But in this place, especially in 1 and 2, when you get that high, if you're running the top, you can look left and see the guy on the bottom if you're blowing him, and obviously it's really easy to see this screen. And people talk about how can you look at a screen and race? Well, this is relatively slow speaking for us, as driving a car. So looking at that screen is pretty casual. It's easier than looking at the gauges to me. And for me, I looked at it every lap, but. Larson's obviously he's watching right now. His lead's getting bigger. He's comfortable where he's at. The top 1 and 2 feels good. It's got good drive off. The bottom of 3 and 4 obviously is nice, and he's able to hustle it. And anytime you're able to really get back on the gas hard at Chili Bowl, you feel really, really comfortable about what you got. So, I think that's why they're both running the lane they are. And Bell, he's just begging something's gonna happen different. I think he's hoping the top's going to come in 3 and 4, the bottom go away, but it's just not going for him now. And it's really hard as a driver just to get in line and run the same lane as the guy you're chasing. And a lot of times you just need to do that, but it's hard to say, back up and let's just hunt him down and do the same thing he does, but just a little bit better. And I feel like Bell probably could have done that and stayed right with him and put even more pressure on him. And you don't feel like you're putting pressure on him, but when they're looking at the screen so often, you're putting pressure on him. So, and this place is really easy to get a guy to make a mistake, and you can really use that to your advantage. So let's swap with Larson here. Let's see, play. So this is like the lap 20 restart, and I want to say find a spot. It's right in here. We'll turn this up a little bit, but. You'll be able to kind of see how much he can look to the left, how much you can see, Bell inside of him, I think, here in just a second. And I may have gone too far. I think I did, but... So we'll just start looking at this. So, he's getting to traffic, and like I was talking about, he's got his lanes figured out. And, if you look through this camera, you can see that screen really, really well. And as a driver, you race way out over your front wheels. You're not racing right off your nose. So looking up out of that screen is just natural. So you're looking at it immediately off the corner, and then it kind of, goes back in, and you see him look there. Let me back that up. pretty sure he tilts his head to the left. Yep. It may have bounced a little bit, but he may have been looking. I know I used to look because, objects in mirror, are bigger than they seem. It's kind of the same in that screen. You never know exactly. So it's easier just to look at the guy, out your, over your left shoulder there. But, as Larson keeps getting to traffic, now he's searching a little bit. He missed the bottom there in 3 and 4 just a tad. So now he's a little bit concerned about the bottom. And you start really looking at the lap cars and thinking, like, where are these guys better? And if a lap car beats you off the corner, it weighs big in your mind. Maybe you're getting in trouble. And, now he's going to start hunting. I don't really love this view. Let's go back to Bell so you can see so much more. Oops, lost our spot. But we're way up here. Let's see. Get them to traffic. So now they're the traffic. So now, to me, I was always more comfortable when I got the traffic at Chili Bowl because I felt like it blocked the other lane. And Chili Bowl's not a place where you get slid a whole lot per se. I feel like you just get beat by the other lane. So if you can race a guy side by side while you're on the bottom and he's on the top, you're just blocking the road. It's like 2 trucks driving side by side down the interstate. It just seals it up. So I was always comfortable once I got to traffic that even if the lane was slower, as long as I was in the opposite one and blocked, where was the guy behind me going to go if he could? And obviously Larson made good move there to slide through the middle. In my opinion, you just got to lean on lap cars here and force them to kind of break to your will. And obviously there one is right there. But so now he's kind of looking. I think this is Vicento underneath him, and he's thinking, is he better than me on the bottom? Is he not? He's watching the screen. He sees Bell running lap after lap on the bottom, and I would assume when he cleared him right there, he probably thought it was over. In his mind, he took the lane away, and he's still pretty comfortable. And I'm sure he's looking left right there. He sees Bell. He's got a clear gap. He thinks, I'll just take the bottom away, but he missed it. So now he's scrambling, panicking. You're looking at that screen. So let's go back and see if we can find where that is. So there we go. It's right after he cleared Vicino. Riding around. It's like 2 to go. Goes back to the top where he's happy. He's going to go back to the bottom where he's been running lap after lap. But he hung. He knew it. Now he's looking at the screen. Now you got a decision to make. Right here. What do? You've been running the top this whole time. You've been comfortable. You've been driving away from Bell. But you've been looking on the screen this whole time, and you've seen him run the last 5 laps right around the bottom 1 and 2, and he's closer than he has been the whole time. You saw Vicento hang tight with you down there. You had trouble clearing lap cars on the top. So now you're thinking, maybe I'm beat on the bottom. I know I just missed the bottom right there. He's probably up my ass, and I guarantee if we could see that screen right now, you would see nothing but those 2 cars on that screen, which I guarantee you did. Because what camera would have missed that, I hope. And obviously they always watch the race for the win at the Chili Bowl in the shootout. So he's seeing himself and Bell up his ass. He's trying to make a decision. Do I take the bottom away from him? Do I go back to where I was? If I go back to where I was, it's the Chili Bowl. He's probably going to slide me. He's going to bomb me. That's the culture these days. Everybody throws a bomb, right? So he's thinking, if I go to the bottom, he can't slide me. He's got to go all the way across the slick front straightaway. He hasn't run the top up there a whole lot here these last few laps. And all I got to do is stick the bottom for 1 more lap at Chili Bowl and I win. So he makes that decision. The problem is, I think he makes it too late. So he gets a... You hear that panic rev? That was him trying to get it back down. I bet we can see it a little clearer if we go to here. So here we come. Down to 3 and 4, coming to the white. Just over-hustled it a little bit. The moment. And he just let that thing get tight. He tries to get it to the bottom. And when you hear that little rev, that's him like, obviously your car goes forward when you off the rear wheel. So once he's bent, he's just trying to rev it and get it back to the berm. Well, I think when he revs it, he bermed it, and then the berm shoved him back out, and it's just slick right here, man. Plus, you got to think he hasn't ran, what, 2 laps down here in traffic? If that, the whole time. He's not comfortable down here. He doesn't know. Like, 3 and 4 has been inviting the whole time on the bottom. You can run in there 100 miles an hour and it was going to grab. And I think he thought it was going to grab. And obviously, when he gets, up on the berm here, it just says no. And he's hung. And now Bell just, when your left rear's in this, that brown up there, I should have made my mouse bigger. When your left rear's right there, you win this battle because you're just pushing, and all your push is going towards his left front, and you're just shoving him out. It's over. You've won the war. Like right here, he knows in his head, 3 and 4, there's no top. I can't drive back around him. The only thing I can do is hope he misses the bottom. He just gets tight right here, or I just clobber him. And he's beat. There's nothing you could do. He knew he wasn't going to drive back around him, so the only thing he could do was try to scoot him out. And I think every single one of us would have tried to done this, and there's probably a lot of us that would have had their left rear more up in here when they did it. Because it's the damn Chili Bowl, man. And nobody really cares who runs second. Let's be honest. That hurts. I mean, I've winning 4 in a row and then even losing 2 running second. Like, it still stung, man. But I don't know. Let's see if we can just. What else we got? I guarantee we could go back and find where Larson looks left, but you know what I mean? He's seeing the camera. He's seeing him down here. He probably hung right there. I mean, let's see if we can. Wrong one. If we can listen to the throttle trace this last few laps. What's this? This is 2 to go. Okay, so he's thinking about Bell. I mean, he got off decent right there, so I don't know. He just didn't get his left rear where he needed to in 3 and 4, and I think he panicked, and then he made a decision to go to a lane that he hadn't ran all day, and he just missed it, man. There's really nothing you can say about it. I think the guy ran a perfect race the whole time, and he deserved to win. I think he got a little nervous, and I think he tried to take everything into consideration and use the screen and the lap cars and all that to try to play the odds, and I think the odds just bit him. So, don't anybody take this the wrong way. Obviously, this was just about mental things and breaking down, and I see those videos of Kobe breaking down, game film, and I thought it'd be cool, and nobody breaks down stuff in dirt racing. So, if you guys kind of like this, we'll do it again. I don't know. Send me stuff that you want to see broke down, or what's going through guys' mind, or I was always just I raced with my head. I raced with percentages. I raced with information. I watched videos for days. I watched every race of the Chili Bowl for years, every heat race, everything, and you collect that data, and it's just so important in knowing where a guy's going to go and what's going to happen in these situations. And there's farmers' almanacs and all these things that have history for a reason. It's because stuff repeats itself. So I'm not saying that's the way you got to do it, but if you have that extra set of information, you can be on the winning side of a lot of this a whole lot more, I think. So cool. I don't really know how to end these, but thanks for watching, and we'll try to do more again later.